Well, I know what I'm doing Sunday night. Along with millions of Game of Thrones fans, I'm going to be watching as this legendary TV series enters its 7th season. ABC's Jesse Palmer sits down with some of the stars.
After an agonizing year of anticipation,
the lone wolf dies, but the pack survives.
Game of Thrones is finally back. And for fans, winter is finally here.
The Great War is here.
The medieval fantasy epic about warring families, dragons, and a coveted Iron Throne drew nearly 9 million viewers for its epic season finale.
You got Daenerys crossing the water on her way to Westeros. She's got the armies, the dragons. Cersei's now taking the throne back home. Jon Snow's the King of the North. What can fans expect here from season 7?
More blood.
Well, you said it all. I mean, I think that's as much as we can say, isn't it, guys?
Yeah.
It feels like it's accelerating towards the end game as opposed to any sense of treading water, you know.
Is there anything that's going to happen that's just going to throw fans at home?
It becomes a completely different TV show from the one you've expected. When I read it on paper, I was like, this doesn't feel like the 6 seasons I'd read previously.
The fact that we normally have 10 hours to tell this story, now we've got 7 hours. Stuff that would have taken slightly longer to maybe develop is now being really punched in really hard, and things are happening. But every episode feels really huge.
Last season, Game of Thrones took us on an emotional roller coaster. We cheered. We cringed. And we cried. The massive battle sequence, dubbed the Battle of the Bastards, took nearly 4 weeks to film and raised the bar for epic fight scenes on TV.
Apparently, there's a bigger battle scene in season 7. I've heard the biggest we've seen yet on Game of Thrones.
There are a couple.
Couple?
Yeah.
Not just one.
Well,
I'm writing that down.
we had a sequence that I won't talk about this coming season, but what they did with the horses was just, it's unbelievable.
The show has made a star out of 30-year-old Kit Harington as the iconic hero Jon Snow, who was killed off the series last year before being mercifully brought back to life.
All right, so I have to say, around a year ago, this time last year, I sat in a room with some of you and a lot of your colleagues, and you told me to my face that Jon Snow was dead. Jon Snow, is he really dead?
He is dead.
He wasn't coming back. Are there any big lies you want to just get out of the way right now you can tell me that I can run with?
So many.
That's not a lie, though, is it?
No, it's not a lie. Technically, he was
dead.
technically dead.
How were you able to keep it a secret the entire time? That must have been torture for you.
Yeah, just living your life as a cliffhanger is not that fun.
The King of the North!
What can we expect from the newly crowned the King of the North in season 7?
He never expected to be there, did he? Something happens and you're straight back to square one. He's still got to rule. He's still got his annoying sister to deal with. It doesn't change being Lord Commander in the North. Just the situation changes. He's got more to deal with now.
Like Jaime Lannister, the show's hunky anti-hero.
The last time we see him, he's now back home. All 3 children now dead. Cersei's on the throne. She's basically just killed half the cast.
Yeah.
There's this amazing look on your face at the very, very end where it's not a look of admiration or love for your sister, but it's almost this look of...
Well, that's what you read into it, though, isn't it? That's the beauty
yeah.
of being so blank-faced, and then people can just read into it.
Yeah.
But that's the whole point. I mean, I'm not going to tell you what he thinks, because then I would give away what happens.
Absolutely.
But I think you're absolutely right. You know, I think when you watch the show and you're into these characters, a moment like that is great because you can just, you know, people read so much into it.
Yeah.
He's going to kill her now. That's going to happen. Or not.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah.
Now, with the final season just around the corner, anything can and probably will happen.
Just a quick show of hands. How many of you, seriously, are still surprised your character's still alive? That's everybody. Is it liberating as an actor to kind of have that uncertainty on a show where literally season to season, you just don't know?
Exciting.
It is exciting.
Yeah.
I think so.
Am I the only one ridden with anxiety about it? I find it exciting.
What does it mean to work on a franchise that's just been so successful and that's become so massive?
I mean, people, I'm sure, HBO would want this thing to go on forever. I'm sure a lot of people would, but it has a beginning, middle, and end. I don't think, I mean, not comparing us to the Beatles or anything like that, but if the Beatles were still around, being their own tribute band now, we wouldn't hold them in the same esteem that we do.
As just a fan of the show, I don't personally think that there's a wrong way to end it at this point, because it's so complex.
Just really quickly, just blurt out who you think in the end will sit on the Iron Throne.
Daenerys. Scary snowy man.
Oh.
Scary snowman.
Got it. So White Walkers win.
I'm going to say Daenerys.
Tyrion.
Okay. Interesting.
Bran.
I don't think anyone will sit on it.
Ooh.
I think it'll be destroyed.
Okay.
Dragon? No.
I don't know Tyrion or Daenerys. I can't.
You're going Daenerys?
decide. I think, or Tyrion, yeah. I think that's
okay.
cool.
Definitely Bronn.
Whoever it is, one thing is for certain. They'll all be killing each other over that damn throne. For Nightline, I'm Jesse Palmer in Los Angeles.